This year's been a wild ride of the movie so far, with audiences being gifted pieces of cinematic gold like The Revenant with its gritty, dirt-ridden ambience, or Deadpool with its funny, super violent, ultra crudeness, if that's a word. But coupled with these are the films that are considered by many as the not-so-gold pieces of they just didn't seem to sit well with both avid moviegoers and casual watchers alike. Thankfully, this isn't a list about the year's crappiest movies, but rather the inverse of that. Don't worry, they'll probably do that list sometime in the near future. But anyway, morning guys, it's Marty Smurf here, and these are my top 5 movies of 2016, as of 12:59 PM Saturday, 13th of August 2016. Also, just my opinion. Don't kill me if you don't like my opinion. That's also just my opinion. You can kill me if you want to, it's just my opinion that you don't, because I like living. It's just my opinion. Number 5, The Jungle Book. Now, I quite vaguely remember having some sort of interaction with the original Jungle Book in my childhood past, whether it was watching the 1967 animated film or reading, well, come on, I was probably like 5, so looking at pictures in the children's book based off of the movie. I can't remember exactly, but somewhere down the line in my childhood it was there, so when I heard that this remake was going to be a thing, it kind of sparked a childlike passion within that got me interested in seeing this live action adaptation, and oh crap was it good. This movie surprised the hell out of me. If you're not familiar with The Jungle Book, it's about a little boy or man cub named Mowgli who at a very young age, like negative 215 degrees Kelvin, was found and raised in the jungle by a pack of wolves and a black panther named Bagheera, voiced by Ben Kingsley, the bald bad guy from Prince of Persia, or Aladdin's bald uncle henchman guy who turns out to be the bad guy and the dictator, or the not completely bald but bald nonetheless bad uncle looking guy who turns out to not be the bad guy at all in Iron Man 3. Yeah, him. This kid's adopted into this family of wolves and a black panther until this tiger, Shere Khan, played spectacularly by Idris Elba, you guys would know from Thor, Ghost Rider 2 and the latest Star Trek movie, threatens to kill the boy because he's a human and believes that humans don't belong in the jungle because of their destructive nature, and because he's had beef with a certain human in the past that left this massive scar on his face. So, Shere Khan has this burning dislike for anything human and he wants his boy dead now. I don't know why the hell this didn't scare me when I was a kid, the fact that this tiger wants to eat this child, it was probably because the underlying violent and horrific plot of the film was concealed by catchy musical numbers.
Bare necessities, that simple bare necessities.
Ooby-doo, I want to be like you.
Or maybe it's just because I was 5 and when you're 5, you probably have the intelligence of an empty cardboard box because you still don't know the difference between right and left because, well, again, you're 5, so, I probably overlooked this certain aspect of the original film or book or nursery rhyme or whatever the hell it was, but that's not the point. The point is this is a great movie with a great voice cast and great visuals, and there's this one great scene where Shere Khan just it scared the hell out of me for like a second, which is it's something you don't expect from a Disney movie at all on your Disney. Can't wait to see a new lineup of 2017 horror movie remakes. You got my money. Number 4, The Revenant. Now, you'd have to have been living under a rock this past year to not know how successful a movie The Revenant was, with its critical acclaim and its more than 20 awards, including the big one that no one ever thought would happen. In fact, people joked about there being a future biopic on the specific guy's life, and the actor playing this guy in said biopic would win the Oscar for Best Actor. Imagine that. Anyway, of course, I'm referring to the legend himself, Matt Damon. Now, if you haven't seen this film with Matt Damon in yet, then I don't know what's wrong with you, but it's basically a revenge tale about this tracker, Matt Damon, who gets mauled by a bear and is left for dead by Bane, who also does something horrible to this guy, Matt Damon, that rhymes with filling his bun. And now he's pissed and has to literally crawl through dirt and muck and Indians because, he was mauled by a bear to not only survive, but also to make it back to his fort so that he can kill Bane for leaving him to die and filling his bun. Simple plot, yes, but what makes this movie is its beautifully worked cinematography, its superb acting, and an amazing backdrop of the cold frontier that's now Montana and South Dakota. The setting itself is a main character in this film because it's made so real, and I guess what I mean by that is Like it's dynamic and it's always changing. You know, it's calm and clear and the sun is shining, but it's also really, really cold. And then it starts to snow, and then it starts to snow real hard, and then there's like a windstorm, and then more snow, and then it's dark, and then it's sunny again, and then what do you know? It snows. It seems like it has its own mind. It's unpredictable, like nature, which is a real thing. Not only that, but because a lot of this film is shot so close to the ground and due to Matt Damon's countless crawling through dirt and snow and water and dirt and horses, you know, by the time the end credits roll, you've probably spent about 2 hours of this film's 2-hour, 36-minute runtime looking at the dirt, because that's mainly what our protagonist is looking at. So, yeah, dirt is good, but bears are not. Moving on. Number 20, Captain America Civil War. I don't think I need to say much about this movie. I mean, come on, it's Marvel and it's Disney. They know what they're doing. And Black Panther. Number 2, Xmen Apocalypse. Now, I've always liked the X-Men. I'm a big Wolverine fan, even though he may or may not be in this film briefly, which means he isn't in it enough. Not much of a Cyclops fan, but this movie got me interested in Cyclops' character again, which I didn't expect, considering I hardly knew the actor playing him. Sort of on the fence with Jean Grey as a character, but because Sophie Turner, oh my god, Sophie Turner is life, oh my god. I was actually also interested in seeing Apocalypse on the big screen, and I was thoroughly entertained by his character, actually, mainly because of how his voice was edited and was epic as hell and sometimes scary, which made sense because he's, you know, the embodiment of the end of everything, which should be scary. And Professor Xavier and Magneto, who are two of the best and most OP characters ever. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I enjoyed this movie as much as Days of Future Past, which, if you don't know, was the previous X-Men film. Now, for some reason, this movie isn't liked by a lot of people, but I honestly thought it was great. That's why it's so high on my list. My reasons for liking it aren't because of the new actors, but because of how risky I thought the movie was in terms of likening it to today's mainstream superhero films and the things those films choose to do with their characters. Now, I forgot how violent X-Men movies were. I forgot how much killing went on in these films, because lately I've been so used to watching Disney Marvel superhero films where maybe only the villain dies and everyone else just kind of happens to survive death, except this guy. But he's alive in the X-Men universe, so it doesn't matter. He's better there too. But yeah, all in all, I enjoyed this movie, mostly because it was unexpected. You know, I wasn't afraid of killing, and it actually showed quite a lot of it. Gosh, I can't believe some children were allowed to watch this, but then again, what do I know? I got into a story about a little boy who at any point in time could get mauled to death by a tiger, whose name was Matt Damon. And number 1, are you ready for this? Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Yep, I said it. I think Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice is the best film to have come out of 2016 so far. Why? Because. Just because. No, there's a lot of reasons why I like this movie so much, and no, I'm in no way a DC fanboy at all. I'm a DC fan, and I'm a Marvel fan. Hell, I actually shouldn't even be saying that, because it isn't DC or Marvel who make these films, it's Warner Brothers and Disney, so I guess I stand corrected. I'm a Disney and Warner Bros. Fan. On your Disney, on your Warner Brothers. Back to the movie. Now, you could say that my opinion in liking this movie is a little biased from the beginning, because it's a film with Batman in it, so you know you've got to love that. That's a plus. It's the first time us as an audience has ever been given Batman and Superman in the same movie on the big screen, so that's another plus. It was also the live-action debut of Wonder Woman, who, if we're being honest, I'd have to say I wasn't too sure how Gal Gadot would do in this role, considering I only knew her from the Fast and Furious franchise, and she didn't really impress me that much in those films. But again, I stand corrected, because she was on point as Wonder Woman, and it was actually one of the standout things in this film. Another plus, the score, holy crap, the score, Hans Zimmer, you perfect man. The music in this film is just, Superman's entrance in the Africa scene when he busts through the roof of that house and is just...
Take one step. You will see the inside of her head.
And Lex Luthor's heavy, sinister minor theme that plays when he's walking through that makeshift hallway thing towards that fallen alien ship from Man of Steel is... And Wonder Woman's theme. Hans Zimmer's score in this film brings individuality to the DC universe. It's something that sets him apart from Marvel, and I think it alone puts this new brand of DC movies above what the audience is used to seeing in typical blockbuster superhero films. Another plus. The cinematography in this film just ekes epicness. I mean, the slow motion, the low angles, the visuals, the stunning, the rain. Oh my god, the rain. Zack Snyder knows how to make rain look good. Hate him all you want, but I adore this guy's direction. In fact, I think he's one of today's best directors, especially visually. He's untouchable in that domain, and he should keep doing what he's doing. I mean, for a film like this to make me appreciate things like the score and the cinematography more so than the action set pieces, you know, the fighting, the shooting, explosions, you know, those are all great, but like, I'm sitting in the theater commenting more on how good the music is in this specific scene, or on how good that shot of Batman standing in the rain is compared to how cool these fighting sequences are. And that's something you don't usually expect in a film like this. Guardians of the Galaxy did the same thing, which is why it's my favourite Disney Marvel movie to date. Now again, this is just my opinion, and I know there are a lot of people who don't like this movie at all because of its plot holes, or its villain, or its editing, or the fact that it's too dark and depressing, or because this Batman murderizes people. Many people, in fact, or because Superman isn't a hopeful hero in this film, even though the S on his chest is a symbol for hope and his character is meant to be the embodiment of all things hopeful. Or, and this one's my favourite, Batman stops trying to murderize Superman when he finds out that both of their mothers' names are Martha. Spoilers, Batman's mother died when he was a kid. Now, just a quick heads up, I'm planning on making a video about these problems that people have with the film, and I'll be trying to, like, you know, pick apart each complaint and kind of explain why those things happen the way they do in the movie. So if you guys are interested in that, then keep an eye out. But yeah, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice comes in at number 1 on my list of top 5 movies of 2016 so far. Just my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like. If you didn't, then still leave a like. It's my first non-game related video, you know, part of my channel branching out into different media. I'd be happy to know what you guys all thought of the video and what you guys would want me to make future videos on. You can check out my other videos here. Damn, said video like 5 times in the space of 4 seconds. I'll leave links in the description below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm almost halfway to 100 subs, so that's cool. But until my next video, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Morning!